Hey everyone, and welcome to another deep dive. We're going to be talking all about English today with our expert.
Hi, everyone.
So today's deep dive is all about finding a workout partner, and we're going to be focusing on English for beginners.
That's right. We're going to be listening to a dialogue between two people, and it's a great way to learn some basic English conversation.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we break down the dialogue, let's actually hear it first. So pretend I'm Jessica and you are Mark.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey Mark, do you still work out regularly?
Yes. I go to the gym 3 times a week. Why do you ask?
I'm looking for a workout partner to stay motivated.
That's great. Having a partner really helps with commitment.
What's your usual workout routine?
I do cardio and weight training. We
Yeah.
start with basic exercises.
Perfect. When can we start?
How about joining me this Wednesday? I can show you around the gym.
Okay, that was great. I think even beginners can understand a lot from that short conversation.
Exactly.
So let's take a deep dive into some of the key words and phrases. So let's start with the first question. Do you still work out regularly? What does regularly mean?
Okay, so regularly means often or consistently. So Jessica is asking Mark if he works out often.
I see. So instead of saying, do you work out often, you can say, do you work out regularly? Both mean the same thing.
Exactly. And it sounds more natural to say it this way.
Okay, perfect. Now, Jessica says, I'm looking for a workout partner. What is a workout partner?
A workout partner is someone you exercise with, and it helps you stay motivated and, reach your fitness goals.
Yeah, so it's like having a friend who helps you stay on track with your workout.
Exactly. It's always more fun and easier to work out with a friend.
Now, I noticed Jessica says she wants a workout partner to stay motivated. What does motivated mean?
Motivated means having a reason and energy to do something. So Jessica wants a partner to help her stay excited about working out.
Yeah, and it's important to stay motivated when you're learning English, too,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. Just like working out, learning a language takes effort and dedication, and having a partner can really, make it more fun and keep you going.
Great point. Now, in the dialogue, Mark also says that having a partner really helps with commitment. What does commitment mean in this context?
So commitment means making a promise to yourself or someone else to do something. It's about sticking to your goals even when it gets tough.
So having a workout partner helps you stay committed to your fitness goals.
Exactly. You're more likely to show up for a workout if you know someone is waiting for you.
That makes sense. And commitment is important in many areas of life, not just working out.
Absolutely. Whether it's learning a new language, pursuing a hobby, or achieving a professional goal, commitment is key to success.
So if you want to be successful, you need to be committed.
Right. And sometimes having a partner can help us stay more committed.
Okay, let's go back to the dialogue for a moment. Jessica asks Mark, what's your usual workout routine? What does usual mean here?
So usual means something you do regularly or habitually. So Jessica is asking Mark about his normal workout plan.
Okay, I see. So usual is similar to regular, right?
Yes, they're very similar. Usual emphasizes something that's typical or common for you, while regular means something that happens often.
Thanks for explaining that. Now, Mark says, I do cardio and weight training. What are those?
Cardio is short for cardiovascular exercise. It includes activities like running, swimming, or biking, which gets your heart rate up. Weight training involves using weights to build strength and muscle.
Oh, okay. So Mark does a combination of exercises for his fitness. He also says we can start with basic exercises. What are basic exercises?
Basic exercises are simple movements that are good for beginners. They help you build a foundation for more challenging workouts later.
That's great for people who are just starting to exercise.
Exactly. It's important to start slowly and gradually increase the intensity as you get stronger.
Okay, let's look at the last part of the dialogue. Mark says, how about joining me this Wednesday? What does how about mean in this sentence?
How about is a way of making a suggestion. It's a friendly way to ask someone if they would like to do something.
So it's similar to saying, would you like to?
Yes, it's just a more casual way of making a suggestion.
And what does it mean to join someone?
Join means to go with someone or participate in activity with them. So Mark is inviting Jessica to go to the gym with him.
He also says, I can show you around the gym. What does show someone around mean?
Show someone around means to give them a tour of a place and explain things to them.
Okay, that's a helpful phrase to know.
Absolutely. It's a great way to offer assistance when someone is new to a place or situation.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of vocabulary and phrases from the dialogue.
Yes, we have. And remember, repeating these words and phrases out loud will help you remember them better.
That's a great tip. It's also important to try using these words and phrases in your own conversations.
Exactly. The more you practice, the more confident you'll become. And hey, if you like what you're hearing and want more helpful tips, make sure to like this episode and subscribe to the channel.
That's right. Now, before we move on, I want to point out something interesting about the structure of this dialogue.
Oh, okay. I like where this is going. Tell me more.
Well, notice how the conversation starts with a general question about working out. And then it smoothly transitions to a specific invitation to join Mark at the gym.
That's a great observation. Yeah, it's a very natural flow for a conversation like this.
Exactly. And it's something that English learners can learn from. You can start with a general question to kind of get the conversation going, and then gradually move towards your main point.
That's a great takeaway. It's all about creating a comfortable and natural flow in the conversation. Yeah, I think it's a great example of how a simple conversation can be packed with useful language.
Yeah, I agree. It's amazing how much we can learn from just a few lines of dialogue. I was thinking about the phrase workout partner. We talked about it in the context of going to the gym, but I feel like you can use this phrase in other situations too.
Right, absolutely. You can use workout partner for any activity where you exercise with someone else.
Like what? Give me some examples.
Okay, well, you could say, I'm looking for a workout partner to train for a marathon with. Or, I need a workout partner who enjoys hiking.
Oh, that's a good one. I love hiking.
Me too. And you could even use it for activities like yoga or dancing.
So a workout partner can be used for any kind of exercise you do with someone else.
Exactly. It's a versatile phrase that can be adapted to many situations.
That's helpful to know.
Mhm.
Now, I also wanted to talk about the phrase stay motivated. We all know that staying motivated can be tough, especially when it comes to things like working out or learning a new language. Do you have any tips for staying motivated?
That's a great question. I think one of the best ways to stay motivated is to set realistic goals.
What do you mean by realistic goals?
I mean, goals that are challenging but achievable. Don't try to do too much too soon.
So start small and gradually work your way up.
Exactly. For example, if you're just starting to work out, don't aim to go to the gym every day. Maybe start with twice a week and then increase it as you get stronger.
That makes sense. It's like learning English. You wouldn't expect to become fluent overnight.
Right. It's about making gradual progress and celebrating those small victories along the way.
I like that. Celebrate the small victories. It's important to acknowledge your progress, no matter how small it may seem.
Absolutely. It keeps you motivated and reminds you that you're moving in the right direction.
Speaking of motivation, I remember Mark said that having a partner helps with commitment. Why do you think that is?
I think it's because having a partner creates a sense of accountability. You're more likely to stick to your goals if you know someone else is relying on you.
That's so true. It's like having a study buddy for English. You're less likely to skip a study session if you know your buddy is waiting for you.
Exactly. It's all about having that support system and someone to share the journey with.
Okay, let's go back to the dialogue for a moment. I want to focus on the phrase usual routine. It's a phrase we hear a lot in everyday conversation.
Yes, it is. Routine is a very common word in English.
Can you explain what routine means?
Of course. A routine is a regular way of doing things. It's a set of actions you do in a particular order, often at the same time each day or week.
So like a morning routine or a bedtime routine?
Exactly. Those are great examples.
And in the dialogue, Jessica asks Mark about his usual workout routine.
Yeah.
So she's basically asking him what exercises he does and how often he does them.
Yes, that's right.
I think it's interesting how we use the word routine for both positive and negative things.
That's true. Sometimes we say things like, I'm stuck in a rut, or I need to break out of my routine.
Right. So a routine can be both comforting and limiting, depending on how you view it.
I think it's all about finding a balance. It's good to have some structure in your life, but it's also important to be flexible and try new things.
I completely agree.
Now remember, if you're enjoying these insights and want to hear more, don't forget to like this episode and subscribe to our channel. We've got lots more deep dives coming your way.
That's right. And we love hearing from our listeners, so feel free to leave a comment and let us know what you think.
Now, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something that came up earlier. Finding a language partner.
Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. We were talking about how having a workout partner helps with motivation and commitment. I think the same principle applies to learning a language.
Absolutely. Having a language partner can make a huge difference in your progress.
How so?
Well, for starters, it provides you with a real person to practice speaking with. You can get feedback on your pronunciation, your grammar, and your vocabulary.
That's important because you need to actually use the language to improve.
Exactly. And a language partner can also help you stay motivated and accountable. You're more likely to stick to your study schedule if you know someone is waiting for you to practice with.
Plus, it's just more fun to learn with someone else. You can share your struggles and successes and celebrate each other's milestones.
It's like having a workout buddy for your language skills.
I love that analogy. So if you're serious about improving your English, I highly recommend finding a language partner.
I agree. It can be a game changer for your language learning journey.
Okay, I want to circle back to the dialogue one last time.
Sounds good. What did you want to talk about?
I noticed that Mark uses the phrase, "How about joining me this Wednesday?" when he invites Jessica to the gym. I think this is a very useful phrase that English learners can use in many situations.
You're right. It's a friendly and inviting way to suggest an activity.
Can you give us some other examples of how to use this phrase?
Sure. You could say, how about joining me for coffee tomorrow? Or, how about joining me for a walk in the park?
Oh, those are good ones. And you could also use it for more formal situations, like, how about joining me for a business meeting next week?
Exactly. It's a versatile phrase that can be adapted to different levels of formality.
And it's a great alternative to saying, would you like to? Which can sometimes sound a bit too formal.
I agree. How about joining me is a more casual and friendly way to extend an invitation.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground today. We've analyzed the dialogue, explored key vocabulary and phrases, and even talked about the importance of finding a language partner.
It's been a really productive deep dive.
I agree. Now, before we wrap up, I want to remind our listeners that the best way to learn English is to practice, practice, practice.
That's right. Don't be afraid to use the phrases we discussed today in your own conversations. The more you use them, the more natural they will become.
And if you're looking for more helpful tips and resources, be sure to check out our website and social media pages.
We're always sharing new content to help you improve your English skills.
It feels like we've given our listeners so many great tools to start using in their English conversations.
Yeah, we really have. I mean, we've really pulled apart the simple dialogue, haven't we?
Yeah, it's amazing how much you can get from such a short conversation. You know, I was thinking that not everyone's going to be comfortable like jumping straight into finding a language partner. Some people might feel a bit shy, you know.
That's true. I mean, putting yourself out there can be a little scary, especially when you're still trying to, build your confidence with speaking.
Exactly. So what advice would you give to someone who wants to practice speaking but isn't quite ready for a language partner?
I mean, there are actually lots of ways to practice speaking English, even if you're not talking directly with another person. One thing I always recommend is shadowing.
Oh, shadowing. Yeah, I've heard of that technique. Can you explain it for our listener?
Sure. So shadowing is basically copying a native English speaker when they are talking. You can use videos, podcasts, even audiobooks.
So you listen to a native speaker And you try to say the words at the same time as them.
Yeah, exactly. It might feel a bit strange at first, but it's a really good way to improve your pronunciation, your intonation, and even learn some new words.
Yeah, it's like training your mouth to kind of get used to making the sounds of English.
Exactly, like a workout for your tongue.
And the best part is you can do it anywhere, anytime.
Exactly. You don't need to, arrange a meeting or find someone. Just put in your headphones and you're good to go.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
What other techniques would you recommend for, like, speaking practice by yourself?
Another good one is talking to yourself out loud. I know it sounds a bit weird.
I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I talk to myself when I'm cooking, when I'm getting ready.
So you're already practicing.
Oh.
It's really effective. You can describe what you're doing. You can narrate your day. You can even have imaginary conversations.
Yeah, it's like you create your own little English world, even if it's just for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The point is to get comfortable, with using the language and making sentences without the pressure of someone else listening.
Right. And all of these techniques, they kind of take the pressure off. It's just you and the language having fun experimenting.
Yeah. And the more you practice like that, the smoother and more confident you'll become. And then when you are ready to talk with other people, it'll feel much easier.
Okay, I want to circle back to something that you mentioned earlier, which is setting realistic goals. That came up in our dialogue, and I think it's a really great thing to remember.
You're absolutely right. I mean, setting realistic goals, that's so important for success in anything you do. Fitness, languages, your career, anything.
It's about being kind to yourself and recognizing that progress takes time.
Exactly. It's about breaking down those big, scary goals into smaller, easier steps. It's about celebrating your progress and not getting discouraged when things are difficult.
It's about enjoying the journey, right?
Yeah.
Not just focusing on the end goal.
Yeah. Beautifully said. And it's okay to change your goals as you go, as you're learning, as you're growing.
Flexibility is key.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great place to end, I think. So to our listener, thanks for joining us today on this deep dive into finding a workout partner. I feel like we've learned so much along the way.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation, and hopefully you learned some useful English phrases and you're feeling inspired to keep practicing.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up. We'd love for you to join our community of English learners.
And we release new episodes every week, so if you subscribe and turn on those notifications, you won't miss any of our future deep dives.
Okay, so until next time, keep practicing your English, keep learning, and keep having fun.
Bye for now.
Thanks for joining the conversation here at Kaz English. We hope you found it fun and informative. Don't forget to check out kazapp.uk. That's KAZAPP.uk for more tips, resources, and interactive practice. Keep exploring, keep chatting, and we'll catch up with you again soon.